So hi everybody, I am now live here and I'll be starting with the quilling envelope and the bookmark making class. So we'll start in next 5 minutes. Before that, I would request you all to please gather all your materials which were already given to you, the list which contains the quilling stripes, the knives, the quiller, fevicol, basic stationery, including your papers and your envelopes. So I would request you all to please gather all your belongings and all your materials as per the already given instructions, and we will now be starting with the class. So I'll wait for next 1 minute and then we'll start with the class. Also, before starting, I would like to let you know that if you have any questions or queries, you can always ask them from me and I'll be answering all your questions. So before that, before we start, I'll just take care of all the things and then we'll be starting. I hope all of you are carrying all your materials and everything so that we can start. I hope my work area is clearly visible to you all. I'll be working here and showing you all the things that I'll be making. So I'll start with the basic stuff now. What all we need for today's class, as per already given instructions to you, are going to be, first of all, the very basic material for all the quilling things, that is your quiller. And next up, what we need for all the quilling stuff is your fevicol, and of course we will be needing the quilling stripes. And as you all know, they are available in various colors and kinds. So I have this multicolor stripe packet with me. In case you have any other pack, that would also suffice and that won't be an issue at all. So what we are going to do is, we are going to first start with the envelope making and then we'll move on to the bookmark making. So first of all, for the envelope making, what we need is, we will be needing an envelope, of course, like this. Like as you can see, I have a wedding envelope here ready with me. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to tell you how we can decorate this envelope. So starting up, what I would need from you guys is that you start taking out some stripes of any color of your choice. Like here, I am taking out some purple stripes, as I think they will look really nice. So as you can see, I have these purple stripes here with me. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take out some purple stripes and we will be starting with the very basics, so you don't need to worry about that. Right now I'm just taking out some purple color stripes. You can take out 5 or 6 stripes as per your availability and convenience and as well as choice. So please take out the stripes. As you can see, I have also taken out some purple color stripes and I will now be using them. So first of all, what we are going to do is, we are going to start making a flower for our envelope. So for that, what we will be starting with is that we will be taking a stripe like this and we will cut them in half. So as you can see, these are my stripes and I have cut them in half like this. And for cutting them in half, you can always use a scissor or a paper cutter like me. Like you see, I'm cutting them in half like this. And now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take a quiller. This is going to be a very crucial step if you're attending any workshop or any quilling class for the first time, because this is going to be the very basic step. So I would want all of you to please pay a little attention to how am I doing this, and in case you're not able to understand, you can always tell me. So what I'm doing is, I've taken this stripe here, half of a stripe, and now I'm going to insert my quilling needle inside my stripe like this. As you can see, this is my quilling needle, the very basic quilling tool, and I am just going to with the help of my quiller, I am going to insert it inside my quilling stripe like this. As you can see, I've done that, and if you want, you can insert it even more. In case you're not able to insert it more, you can always insert with whatever length it is you're able to do it, because it depends from quiller to quiller that what length you will be able to insert inside your stripe. So in case you are able to insert it fully, that is well and great. In case you are not able to insert it fully, then also it would be fine. So right now what I am doing is I am going to tell you about the basic quilling tools and the techniques. So first of all, what we are doing right now is we are inserting this quiller inside our quilling stripe like this, and now we are going to make a roll like this. We are making a roll of our quilling stripe like this, and now we'll take it out and hold it. So this is the basic tight coil that we need for all our quilling equipment and all our quilling things. So this is the basic tight coil that we are going to use as the base. So for making any quilling shape, first you need to make this tight coil. After making this tight coil, I am going to put it on my hand and open it like this. So you see the tight coil has now turned into a loose coil. Alright, this is the loose coil that we have now. And after using this, making this loose coil, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to hold it between my fingers like this. And I'm going to pinch it to make a shape, what we call a teardrop shape. This is one shape that is again very common in quilling, and we call it a teardrop shape. Why do we call it a teardrop shape? Is because as you can see that one of its ends is very much tilted and pressed and the other end is very much open. So this is why we call it a teardrop shape. This shape, as I've already told you, is known as the teardrop shape. So what we are going to do is we are going to make approximately 10 to 12 shapes of this type so that we can start with our flower making for the envelope. So after you have made this shape, what you have to do is you have to simply apply some Fevicol here at its ends like this. Very little Fevicol, please don't use a lot of Fevicol, otherwise it will be ruined. So you just have to pinch it a little, and this is how you complete a teardrop shape. As you can see that the one of my teardrop shape is completed. So I'll quickly get done with others also. You can make it in any color of your choice and in any size of your choice, but the technique is going to be the same one as I have told you. First we'll make a tight coil, then we'll open it to make a loose coil, and then we will pinch it from one side like this to make a teardrop shape. What I would suggest you is to first make all the shapes and paste them at the end so that all of your shapes are done. Otherwise, if you want, you can keep pasting them simultaneously. But what I prefer is to first make all the shapes and then I paste them at the end so that there is a uniformity in all my shapes. So as you can see, I have already made 3 of my shapes, and as I told you, we will be making approximately 10 to 12. In case not able to do these much of shapes, then also it is going to be fine because we can also work with lesser amount of shapes. So that is going to be okay. So this is my 4th petal for the flower, and I'll be making approximately 8 to 10 petals. But you can always and always make more and more petals because the more the merrier it is going to be. So you can make as many petals as you want. I am going to work here with 8 to 10 because that is what I feel is a very appropriate amount. Otherwise, if you want to add more, that is also going to be fine. You can always make them in different colors, in different shapes and sizes. That is not going to be a problem. So as you can see that I am now making these shapes. In case anybody has joined late and you are not able to understand how I am making these shapes, you can comment down there and I will be taking care of this entire thing again. So if in case you're not able to understand it, no problem, you can always tell me, you can always comment down and I will be taking care of all the queries if there are any. So please tell me. Otherwise, I'm telling you again, this is a teardrop shape that we are doing, and this is how we make the teardrop shape. We first take some quilling stripes and a quiller and we start rolling them like this so as to make a tight coil like this. Then we open it a little to make a loose coil, and then we pinch it between our fingers so that our teardrop shape is done. As you can see, I have not pasted any of my shape yet because I want to paste all of them together at the end. In case you want to paste them simultaneously, it's okay. You can paste them also, you can secure them. Yes, you can make 8 shapes. That is not going to be a problem. You can make 8 shapes. It's really nice if you're able to make 8 shapes because that is again a very appropriate amount. So as you can see, I have already completed 8 shapes here. So I will be making 4 more so that I come to the number 12. In case you have made already 8 shapes, you can also try to make some more so that you can add more petals to it. In case you have not, you can start doing it again. That is not a problem. Or you can complete these only. So as you can see, I am now on my 9th shape and I am making it like this. Please try to make it along with me so that in case you have any queries, I can address them. And please let me know, keep letting me know what you are doing, and in case you are facing any problem or till what you have done so that we can work along. This would be really great if all this could be really interactive. That would be really nice. So I hope all of you are working along with me as I am making these teardrop shapes for you all. I hope all of you are able to do it as well like me so that we can make this cute little envelope together. So as you can see, I am now on my 11th shape and now I'm making my last shape for the flower so that our flower is going to be completed. So as you can see, this is the shape that I am making, teardrop shape as we call it, like this. And all 12 of my shapes are done. So what I'm going to do next is start pasting them. I would like to repeat why I did not paste them earlier, because for me, I think it's really better if you paste them all together, because then you get a kind of a sync between them and everything comes into one place. If you keep pasting them one by one, that is also fine. If you want, you can do it, but it all depends upon you. However you want to do it, that would be fine. So now as you can see, I have this Fevicol with me and I am going to just put a little bit of Fevicol on all the shapes and secure them like this, so that all of my shapes are pasted properly. So right now what we have done for our envelope making is we have already made 10 to 12 shapes. Sure, I will be waiting. Now I am just pasting and then I'll wait for like 5 minutes for you all. Don't worry about that. What we have done till now is, I'll give you a quick recap. What we have done is we are just making the shapes. Thank you so much. If you're enjoying, that is really great that you're liking this. And this is why we are making this together, so that it can be a nice interactive session for you all. I'll wait for you to complete this, and meanwhile I'll be just giving you a quick recap of what we are doing right now. We are pasting our teardrop shapes so that we can start making our flowers. Because for the envelope making, we are going to do a flower kind of a structure. So right now I am just applying Fevicol to all my shapes so that we can start assembling them to make a nice envelope. And after we complete our envelope making, we are going to start with the bookmark today itself. So we have 2 things to cover today. So I hope we all will be able to do that together in a nice and interactive way, so that all of us have completed our 2 things. Right now I am just pasting all my shapes. You need to hold them together so that they get pasted nicely, because if you don't hold them, then they are going to come off. So as you can see, I am holding them after applying some Fevicol so that they are pasted nicely. In case you have already pasted them, you can just wait for everybody to complete, and then we will start with the next part. I am waiting for all of you to complete so that we can start with the next part, which is going to be assembling and the leaf making. This is the basic part of the flower that we are doing right now, and after this we will start working for the leaf making. So I hope you are all able to do it along with me. This is fairly simple. This is one of the basic things that we do in quilling, which is the teardrop shapes. And this is a foundation of all the things that we can do, that we can make. And of course, paper has infinite possibilities. So you can always make lots and lots of things using this simple thing. So I hope you all will be able to do it, and in case you are facing any problem, you can ask me right now. You can write it down so that I can address all your queries. And as you can see, almost all of my shapes have been pasted. So I am now waiting for next 2 minutes for you all, and then I will start with the assembling part. So I hope all of you are able to do it. Can I make the envelope, because I don't have any? That is no problem. You can just listen. If you don't have a envelope ready with you, what you can do is you can take this paper. As you can see, I have this sheet with me, and you can just fold it in half and start making it. Okay. If anybody watching this does not have an envelope, that is not going to be a problem at all. You can just fold a sheet in half like this, and you can start making it here on the sheet. I hope you all are carrying some colored sheet or white sheet or any type of paper with you. So that is not going to be a problem. You can make it on anything as you want. The basic thing that we have to learn today is the assembling. So how you do it is what I am going to teach you, but where you do it is your choice. You can make it on an envelope or simple card sheets or anywhere of your choice. Okay. So next up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the assembling. So as you can see, this is an envelope that I have. This is one envelope, bedding envelope. Now, this is the right part of my envelope. As you can see, this is the complete envelope. And on the right part, I'm going to take this stripe with me that I have. As you can see, I have this orange stripe. Again, you can take any color of your choice. That is not a problem. And we are going to apply little bit of Fevicol on the border of this envelope like this. As you can see, I have made this border, and on the horizontal side also I am going to make this border like this. So on the right side, as you can see here, what I have done is I have just applied some Fevicol, and now I am pasting the orange stripe here like this, so that we get a nice border for our envelope. I'm cutting down the extra piece, and I'm going to now paste it on the horizontal end as well, so that we have a nice border ready for our envelope. In case you don't have the envelope right now, it's okay. You can just learn it, and either you can complete it later on, or you can do it on any colored sheet available with you. That is not going to be a problem at all. So as you can see that this is what we have done till now. We have made the very nice clean orange border for our envelope. Next up, what we are going to do is we are going to take the petals that we have made, and we are going to arrange them in a flower like structure here on the crisscross pattern. As you can see, there is a cross here. So we will just try to make a flower like pattern on the cross like this. As you can see, I'm just putting all the petals together so that we get a flower. And in case you've made the flower petals like me, your flower should be completed in like 6 petals. So as you can see, in 6 petals my flower is completed. So I'll just take it off, and I'll start pasting it. So I'll apply some Fevicol at the cross here like this. I have applied some Fevicol here, and now I will be taking care of all the petals like this and paste them to make a flower. As you can see, we are making a flower in one corner. Sure, I can tell you again about the envelope. In case you do not have the envelope with you, what you can do is you can take a colored sheet and start making it. You can just take a colored sheet and you can start making it there so that you don't miss it out there. On the envelope, what we have done is we have made a border like this. Like you can see, I have made a border on the envelope using any colored stripe of my choice. I have taken orange here. You can take any color of your choice. And then I have just pasted the petals like this to make a flower. As you all can see that now we do have a flower at one corner of our envelope. Next up, what we are going to quickly do is we are going to turn our envelope, and on the flap, as you can see, this is the flap of my envelope. We are going to make one more flower here on the flap of our envelope. Alright. So again, I am going to apply some Fevicol at the flap. Please don't apply a lot of Fevicol. Please apply a little bit of Fevicol only. And I am going to make one more flower here at the flap. So I hope you all remember that I told you to make approximately 8 to 12 petals. That is because I wanted you all to make 2 flowers. So as you can see, I am making one more flower here so that my envelope looks completed. And as you can see, one of the petals is a little big. So this is because you can hold it and open the envelope. Once it will be pasted, you can simply just hold it and open the envelope. That is why it's a little bit bigger. So this is how we have made 2 flowers till now. One in the front side of our envelope and one at the back. Alright. Moving on to the next part, what we will do is we will take one more color stripe. Again, color can be any color of your choice. You can use any color that you want. I am going to be a little skeptical about the color, and I am now using the yellow shade so that I can make the center part. As you can see, this is some yellow color stripe with me. What I am going to do next is I am going to again insert it in my quiller, and I am going to make a tight coil with this. As you all know, tight coil is very basic and easy thing. As you can see, this is the tight coil that we have made. So I will paste it here only like this. I will paste it here so that we can make the center part of our envelope flower. As you can see, I have pasted it here. This is my tight coil of yellow color. And now what I am going to do is I am going to paste it on my flower so that a center part is made, which is very cute. So I am going to apply a little bit Fevicol here also, and we are going to paste it on the top of our flower so that our flower is completed like this. Now this might take a little time to get pasted because it's a very tiny part. So please don't worry about that. Please give it all the time that it needs so that it can be pasted properly. For the other flower that we have at the back, again you have to take some yellow stripe or any stripe of your choice. I am taking yellow color only because I think I would like to match both of them. So again I have taken a yellow stripe and I am going to make one more tight coil. I will simply insert the quiller like this, and I am going to make a very tight coil like this so that we can make the center part of our flower again. We will simply paste it here Again, I would suggest you to be very particular about the Fevicol so that you don't ruin your work, because using a right quantity of Fevicol is very important. So please take all the help of the Fevicol to paste this. And again, when you get a tight coil like this to make the center, what you can do is you can simply flip your envelope at the flower at the back and apply some Fevicol in the center part like this, and just paste the tight coil that you have made in the center part, so that our flower at the back is also done. So as you can see, till now we have one flower here and one flower at the back. So now if you are looking to make a very aesthetic and a very simple envelope, then this is it for you, because it is a very nice and a simple envelope. Now in case you are looking to do something more to it, so I'll show you what else you can do. The best thing that you can do is add more flowers. So what you can do is, like we have made this big flower right here and at the back, what you can do is you can make more smaller flowers. Like you can see, this is one flower that I have already made. Other than this also, I have several flowers here that I would like to show you, which you can make so that you have a lot of small flowers like this. Also we have others also that I am putting on the screen, so that you can see that this pink flowers we have this yellow flower also. Other than that, we can make some other shapes also. Like you can see, this is a very basic loose coil that we have. So what we can do is we can simply add more flowers and more elements to this, so that our quilling material is also used and our complete thing looks very beautiful. So next up, what we are going to do is we are going to add more elements to this. And in order to add more elements, first of all, what we are going to do is I am going to paste this one more flower that we have in pink shade here. Okay, so I am going to apply this Fevicol. I have made this flower in small size in the same way. It's just that it is smaller, and I have just pasted it here. And for here also, what I am going to do is I am going to take another small flower like this, or you can make it in a different color if you want. Like I have this yellow flower also. So you can make it in any color and size of your choice. As I always say, that it is all going to be your choice of what color and size you are about to make it. Like you see, I have this small yellow flower also here. So what I am going to do next is I am going to apply some more Fevicol at the side like this, and I am going to paste my yellow flower here like this. So as you can see, our envelope is now completed, where we have pasted one small flower here and one at the bottom, one big flower at the top and one big flower at the back. It will take some time to get pasted and get completed, so we will wait till then, and we will now start with our bookmark. This video will be uploaded, so in case you're not able to match with my speed, it's okay, you can always complete it later. But because we have to complete 2 of the items today, so I'll be completing it a little quickly for you all. And also I want you all to please start with the bookmark, because it is a very nice and a cute thing. So now what we are going to do is we are going to keep it aside for drying out, so that it is pasted properly, and we will start with the bookmarks. For the bookmarks, what we are going to need is some white paper and some colored sheets, whatever is available with you. So first of all, what we are going to do is we are going to cut our white sheet, a stripe from our white sheet like this. As you can see, I am simply cutting a piece, a rectangular piece from my white sheet to make the bookmark like this. So you see, this is a simple rectangle piece of a white sheet from where I am going to make a bookmark. Now I am going to cut the top part of my white sheet to give it a look of a triangle at the top. As you can see that we are just cutting the two ends of our white sheet so that all our things are done and our bookmark looks nice like this. So as you can see that this is what we have done to our paper. We have simply cut a triangle at the top so that our bookmark is going to be placed like this, where the pointed part is going to be towards the bottom and our clear part is going to be at the top. So this is how we are going to start our bookmark. Now how for the decoration part, we are going to make a bird. So how to make a bird, that is what I am going to tell you. First of all, what you have to do is you have to select a color for which you have to make the bird. So I think orange shade is going to look really nice for a bird. You can even use a yellow shade or any shade of your choice which you think is going to look nice, and whatever appeals you is going to be fine. So what I am going to do is I have taken some yellow stripes here, and next up what I am going to do is I am going to take a orange stripe like this, and I am going to start rolling it to make a tight coil. Now by now I know all of you already know how to make a tight coil, so I am not going to tell you that. You just have to insert your quiller in your quilling stripe and start rolling it like this, so that we get what we call a tight coil like this. As you can see, this is a tight coil. Now we are going to open it a little bit like this, more and more, so that we get a nice loose coil. As you can see, this is a nice loose coil, and we will keep it aside. Next up, what we will do is we will take half orange stripe. In this one we took a full orange stripe, and in the next one we are going to take a half stripe. I'll cut it in half like this. This is a half stripe that we have, and again we are going to make a tight coil out of this. So I am simply inserting my quiller and I am rolling it like this, so that we get what we call a tight coil like this. And then again we will start opening it so that we get a nice loose coil like this. So these are the two coils that we have made till now in order to make the bird. So one is a big coil and other is a small coil. So starting with the big one, what we are going to do is we are going to simply pinch it from one side to make a big shape of teardrop like this, and we will paste it. As you can see, what I have done is I have simply pinched it from one side, and I will be applying Fevicol here so that we get a big shape like this. So I have applied some Fevicol and I will now paste it so that we have a big shape like this. Next up, with our small shape also, what we will do is we will again pinch it from one side like this, so that we get another teardrop shape, and we will paste it like this from here, so that we have two shapes now. One is a bigger one and the other one is a smaller one. Now as you can already see, the shape of a bird has started to come. You see, this is how our bird is going to be. This is going to be the head of the bird, and this is going to be the body of the bird. So as you can see, I am just tilting it a bit more so that we get a nice tail kind of a structure. and this is how we are going to make our bird. So before that, what I would suggest you all is to again give this bookmark a border, because a border gives a really nice finish to all your works. Whatever you are making, if you give it a nice border, it gives you a very nice finish. So you should always give a border to anything that you are making. It can be in any color or any shape as you want, but you should always give it a border. So keeping this bird aside, what we are going to do is we are going to give a nice border to our bookmark. So for that, what I have done is I have taken these yellow stripes and I am going to apply the Fevicol at all the ends of my bookmark, and then we are going to paste the paper stripes so that we can paste the border and complete it. So as you can see, I am now applying Fevicol on all the sides of my bookmark so that I'll be able to paste my colored stripes and complete the bookmark. So these are the yellow stripes that I have, and I'm going to start pasting them like this. You can see I am pasting them in one end like this. Keep cutting out the extra part so that you do not have any extra edges on your sheet. Like you can see, I'm cutting down this extra part. I am now applying the border at the next side so that both of our sides are completed like this. I am applying it on the next part, and after that we are going to cover the top part as well as the bottom part. At the top part again, I have already applied the Fevicol, so I'll just paste the stripe like this. As you can see, I am applying the stripe here so that our top border is also completed. As you can see, now 3 of our sides are already done. I have already pasted the border to both the sides as well as to the top. I will again cut out the extra part, and we will now move to the down part, which is still yet to be done. So we will just complete it like this by making a border of yellow shade or any shade of your choice here as well. I'll apply some more Fevicol here, and next we will be making it like this. So I have just completed this part like this, and only one part is left, which we will be completing right now by applying some more Fevicol here so that all of our sides are properly pasted, and it gives a very neat and clean and a nice effect to whatever we are making. So as I said, I'll repeat it, that please add all the borders to all the sides of your drawing, because it gives a really nice finish to them. I am now cutting down extra edges so that our image looks neat and clean like this. So I'll clean the platform for you all, and as you can see, this is how neat and clean our bookmark should look like. So this is the border completed bookmark that we have done. So what next we are going to do to is this, you remember I was telling you how to make a bird. So in the middle we are going to keep the bigger part, and at the top we are going to keep the smaller part so that we have a bird like structure. As you can see, this is how it looks like. So first of all we will be pasting this, and next we will be assembling other things. So first up, I will just apply some Fevicol here so that our body of the bird can be very well pasted, as well as here so that the top head part is also pasted properly. So please be very careful about the Fevicol. Please don't put too much or too less of the Fevicol. because it might ruin your work. So as you can see, I have applied Fevicol to both of these parts, and the head and the bottom part of our bird is done. Next up, for the what you can do is you can add some leaves at the bottom. So what we are going to do is we are going to for adding the feet of our bird, we are going to take any color of your choice, preferably a dark color, so that the feet gives a nice effect to the bird. So you can take any dark color of your choice. I am going to take some brownish color like this, so that our bird's feet are looking nice. In case you want, you can use a yellow shade as well. In fact, you can use any shade of your choice, as I have been telling you that using the shapes is going to be your start making it now. So what we are going to do is we are going to add some legs and some more part to our bird, and there are some white eyes and Google eyes, as we call them, kind of things that are available in the market. So what you can do is you can simply take some eyes and put them here, so that they give you a nice effect. In case you do not have a white eye or a googly eye available with you, what you can do is you can simply take a white stripe, white colored quilling stripe, as you can see I have with me here, and you can make a roll of it and paste it, so that it gives you a eye kind of a look. Like you can see, I am taking one stripe here and I am making a tight coil. From what color? From white color, so that we can make the eye of our bird. Please don't make it too big or too small, just make it medium in size, so that it looks nice. So as you can see, I am again pasting it here like this, so that our work is completed, and we have a tight coil of white color to make the eye of our bird. So I have now taken it out, and this is a small white coil that we have made, which is going to work as the eye, and we can always put it here, so that after we paste it, it looks like the finished eye of our bird like this. Now to add more colors to the bird, what you can do is you can take paper stripes of various colors, like I have this pink stripe with me, and again what you can do is you can take different colors, pieces of colors, like I have a little piece of pink here, I'll take a little piece of dark pink here, and all other colors that you want you can add. There's not going to be any restriction on that, because again it is going to be a lot about how you want to make it and what is your idea of making it. So I am taking this blue shade, also a little piece of blue shade, and what we are going to do is we are going to simply make very loose coils of them like this. We have made loose coils of them like this, so that we can add them to make a good tail like structure of our bird. So what we are doing is we are making a good nice tail like structure, and for that we are making some loose coils like this. I'll show you how to make the tail. So as you can see, we have made 3 coils of 3 colors. Now we are going to take this coil like this and open it a little bit, so that we have a structure like this with us. So this is what we have to do with all 3 shades. We have to open them a little bit, so that we get a tail like structure, and we will arrange them together, so that we can make the bird's tail like this. So as you can see, I have now arranged them together like this, so that we can simply add this to the part of our bird's body here, and a tail will be made. So what we are going to do next is we are going to simply add some Fevicol here near our bird's body, so that we can quickly add the tail to it. So as you can see, first of all, what we are going to do is we are going to add one color, and then we are going to add different colors, so that the tail of our bird is completed like this. So this is the next color that I am adding to the tail of my bird, so that two parts of the tail are done. And next up we have added the third color, so that all three parts of our tail are done. So this is how you complete the tail of the bird, by adding 2-3 colors. If you want, you can even add more colors to it, so that it looks nice. I'm also pasting the eye of my bird so that it becomes finished. So this is how you see we have completed the basic structure of our bird. Now in order to decorate the remaining parts, what we can again do is, as I told you, there is no limit to the elements that we can add to a certain structure. So what we can do is we can add more flowers, like we can add one more flower here or one more flower at the bottom, so that this is one design of the bookmark that we all can do. As you can see, this is the flowers that we have added. So these are the flowers that we can add. If you don't want to add more flowers, what else we can do is we can take some loose coils like this. I have already told you how to make loose coils, and we can add them at the bottom structure of our bookmark, so that it gives another finish or another border look to our bookmark. As you can see, I am now adding more elements. I am giving you more ideas of the things that you can do. As you can see, I have more and more paper stripes with me that have been curled. I am simply keeping them one by one on my paper, so that we create a nice garland structure like this. In case you want, you can add more at the top also. This is going to be very subjective on your choice. See, you can use infinite ideas as per your choice. As you can see, I have added it at the top and the bottom. In case you want, you can simply not add them and put some flowers. In case you want, you can not add flowers at all. So this is going to be a lot dependent upon your own choice of how you want to do it. In case you want, you can not add anything and just the bird is going to suffice. In case you want, you can add a little coat here. So this is all going to be based on your imagination and your understanding of how you want to do it, so that we can complete it in a better and an efficient way. Next up, what we are going to do is we can add this little flower again if you want, like this here in the middle or at the bottom or anywhere around, so that you can complete it. So this is how we complete the bird bookmark. You can add flowers, you can add colors, you can add as many things as you want near and around the bird, so that your bookmark looks pretty. If you want, you can add some ribbon at the top, so that your bookmark is completed. In case you don't have a ribbon, you don't need to worry at all, because the bookmark is completed even without a ribbon. So you don't need to worry about that. As you can see, I have added 2 flowers at the top along with a tight and a loose coil, and I am adding some more loose coils at the bottom along with a big flower, so that it looks nice and completed like this. So as you can see, this is one way of making the bookmark. I have already told you 2-3 more ways of doing this. Again, I would say there are infinite types of doing this, and there are infinite imaginations that you can use to complete these things. How you complete it is going to be your choice ultimately, because it is going to be your art material. So proceeding towards the end, I would like to conclude simply what all we have done today. What we did first was to make a bookmark. First we did an envelope like this, where we added a flower at the bottom, and at the back. We added the center parts as well as some other decorations in the form of little flowers and everything, so that it gives a nice and a subtle look to our envelope. Please don't overdo it. Please don't add a lot of elements, otherwise it is not going to look really nice. If you want it to look nice, you should keep the things as little and as neat as possible, because neatness is one thing that is going to help you a lot. Because if your work is neat, then even if you do very little things, it looks nice. But in case your work is not neat, it does not look nice at all. So this was one thing that we did today to make a nice neat envelope, which is done, which is very much easy and available for the kids. The next thing that we did today was this bookmark that we have recently completed. We have added a bird to the middle part of it. We have added a nice tail to it, and we have added some flowers, some coils to it. Again, I would repeat myself, you can add as many elements as you want, because it is going to be your choice ultimately that how you want to complete it. But one thing that you have to take care of is the neatness. Your work should always be very, very neat and clean, so that they look nice and pretty. Please don't overdo anything. Please don't add a lot of elements, because that is going to ruin your work. Please try to make sure that you're using very less of the effort, but you're making nice things. So this is what I would suggest you all, that if you want to make your work look nice and pretty, go with the minimalist. Minimalist is what we call in craft doing less but in an efficient way. So please make sure that whatever you are making, you're making it very, very nicely. And all the works that we have learned today, please make them. Please try doing them at home. And whenever you have done them, please send them to us on the iKids Drawing number. I am sure all of you already have the mobile number. Otherwise, you can very easily find it out on the Facebook page and the posters. So what you can do is you can simply send us a picture over WhatsApp or any other medium as you want, so that we can also evaluate and see what all you are doing. So that is going to be a really, really nice gesture if you all could do that and could send us the pictures. We would be really looking forward to hearing from you. Otherwise, in case you have any queries or doubts from this, you can again ask. Either you can write them down right now, or you can send it over WhatsApp later on the number which is already with you all. So this is all from today from my side, and I would like to conclude today's class. But in case anybody has any questions or reviews or anything that you want to talk about, we would be really, really happy to hear from you all. You can even click a picture and send it to us, because that is going to give you some brownie points. And yes, of course, we would be really happy to see what you are doing. So this is the bookmark and the envelope class for today. I hope you all will be making it. Please send me the pictures. And yes, I would conclude it here. This was Srishti Erin for you all. I hope you had a good time. We will be joining next week with the doll and the earring making class. So please join that day as well, because we will be doing the earring making in the next class. The material list will also be provided by you in a day or two. So we will be doing earring making next, which is going to be really, really nice, because we are going to start with jhumkas and things. So I hope you will have a lot of fun. So yes, that's it for today. We will be meeting next week. Thank you everyone. This was Srishti Erin for you, and I'll be really, really looking forward to hearing from you all and looking at the pictures from the words that have been done by you. Thank you so much. That's it for today. Bye bye everyone.